I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
Chief Medical Log, June 29th, 2174. After receiving a message from Admiral Foxwell, the Drake traveled to an unexplored solar system to look for a Bolian Science Vessel named the Dorin. After finding it, Commander Tharhat decided to lead an away mission to find out what happened. The ship is heavily damaged, with almost all systems down, including the lights. A young crewman named Mott was found in the Jeffries tubes and has reminded me the value of tranquilizers and birth control. The captain apparently was of no help, and then Milek tried to communicate with the crew in the mess hall and on the bridge to no avail. We are currently waiting to hear from Tharhat and Clark about the crew in the mess hall. I'm sure they're fine.
And then if we all remember, Isaac and Tharhat went running from the mess hall and being chased, and then they went and climbed aboard the shuttle in the shuttle bay that's been damaged. So that's where we'll start, is you standing in the dark in the shuttle.
First thing I'm going to do is check and see, does the shuttle have power and what works on it,
Okay. So
such as the communicators.
yes. So you start typing it in, everything turns on, it starts giving you warning messages. So there's no hull breach, but it's warning you of severe damage along one of the sides and the top. Otherwise, all the systems come on as normal. You got weapons, communication, navigation.
So I'm going to use the communicators to try and get a hold of the shuttle.
So that will be because remember, they're on the very top of the ship. So you're going through all of the interference. So it's going to be difficulty 3. It's going to be control engineering with communication and engineering from the ship, which is a 4. Does John want to roll for the ship?
Thought I was Chew. Now I'm a ship.
Yep.
Oh,
I got 2 successes.
Very nice. So you need 1 from Tharhat or 1 from the ship.
I got 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Very nice.
Oh,
and we'll see if you can get an extra from the ship.
rolled an 8.
No.
Forget I did it.
So you successfully open to the shuttle, the other shuttle. The thing is, it's staticky. You can understand each other, but you're going to get a lot of static.
All you immediately hear is just Mott talking. Immediately.
Yep. And in fact, what you hear is Mott is now describing to Milek all the things that he talked to House about.
Perfect.
He's recapping the whole hour that you guys were in there. Which, by the way, it is currently 11:30 in the morning.
So Milek's like sitting up there and he sees like the light come on that somebody's handling. And he thinks it's the Drake, so he presses it. And he says, "This is Ensign Milek."
We managed to get down to the shuttle bay. The crew members in the mess hall are no longer in the mess hall, and we need to get off the ship.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can explain more later, but
Yeah.
we need an expedited.
Okay. So you want to? You're in the shuttle bay, you said?
Yeah, we're at the shuttle bay.
All right. We'll be right there and we'll talk.
Clark leans over his shoulder. They're freaking zombies, man. They're freaking zombies. get help us. House gets like a big he smiles for the first time. You've never seen him smile.
All right, so
Yeah,
it'll
whatever.
be-
I'll roll whatever.
Yep, control con difficulty 2 to get to the shuttle bay.
Does anybody want me to have more dice?
Yeah.
3 successes.
Very nice. So you can put the one back.
Okay.
So you go down along the top of the ship, you get to the back where the shuttle bay is, you turn, and you're now looking at the shuttle bay, and it is jagged. There's large pieces of metal coming down. You can see the beam over the shuttle. It's up to you if you'd like to proceed in. It's going to be a difficulty 3.
If we all want to be really cool, how would they have to roll to jump out of the shuttle and float through space and come into our shuttle?
Ooh,
It'd probably be
Uh,
easier than.
because are you talking like they're aiming for a shuttle, or are they just heaving themselves out into space and you're going to pick them up?
Well, it would not be an uncalculated maneuver between the jagged pieces.
Okay. Because then it would be con control. I'd say difficulty 2.
All right,
What's
Commander
this?
makes the final say. What are we doing, Commander?
I kind of like the idea of just jumping.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right, so I'll buy 1 momentum because
Yes.
I have my stuff
So
is real
before
bad.
you roll, is there anything you want to do with the shuttle you're in before you leave?
I was thinking it would be a good idea to disable it so that no one can use it. And that
Andrew, is
way, if we can salvage it, because it's just held down by a hunk of metal, it could
Okay.
be our second shuttle eventually.
How do you want to disable it?
Access code.
Okay.
I can punch in security access codes because it is a Starfleet ship,
Yes.
and I can make it so that you either have to wipe the computer or punch in the proper access code to utilize the shuttle.
You know, why don't we do security insight difficulty 1 if you want to put a password on it?
I have a 2 and a 6, and I also do have a focus for computer security protocol.
All right. So you put in because using the extra, because you're at max now, right?
We're beyond max.
Yes. So you put in a password so complicated that not even the best hackers would be able to crack it.
Nice.
Good. Nice work.
All right. Caleb said he was buying a dice to jump.
Yeah. So here we go.
I'm going to go for it because my numbers are decent.
Yeah. I need a 10, so make sure you come get me.
This was a difficulty 2.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I got my 2.
Okay.
I got a 12, a 17, and I rolled a 1, so I got my 2.
Yeah.
It's like,
So you both leap off, making sure that you aim just right so you don't hit any of the metal. All right, Milik, you see them propelling towards you. What are you going to
Ready. Okay, I'm going to tell Mott to put his visor down.
do? Okay.
If it's not down already, I want him airtight in that thing. We're all still airtight, so it's fine.
Okay.
And then we're opening the hatch.
Yep. It's going to be control con difficulty 2 to line up perfectly so they'll slide.
Yeah, we're going to line it up.
Yep.
And then Chew and House are going to reach out and grab onto arms.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Do you guys really want me to make sure you don't fly off into the asteroid field? I used the momentum, and now I'm looking at my dice. Ooh,
What'd you do?
wow. A 17, an 18, and a 3. So 2 successes.
All right. So since you barely were able to do that,
Yeah.
it's going to be security daring difficulty 2 to catch them.
Are we able to assist since we're trying to catch them as well?
Oh, wait.
Sure.
I'm gonna roll. I have cautious, and I bought a momentum, so I'm gonna roll to see if I get a to make your difficulty go down.
Okay.
Oh, and I rolled a 4. Oh, oh yes. So that's 4 successes. So now it's a 1, guys.
Okay.
Andy said it was a 1.
Go ahead.
House got 1,
Yes, 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 yes.
and then I got to
All right.
roll for Clark.
Okay.
I got a 4 and a 12, which seem like good numbers, but I don't know what I was rolling for.
Security daring, which is a 10 for Chew.
10.
Yep.
I needed a 15.
Yeah, don't feel
Terrible.
bad. My security daring is all whack too.
Well, I got 1 success then.
There you go. So since
Clark got 2. House got 1.
there you go. So you got an extra momentum back.
So we have an extra momentum, like a
Okay.
bonus. This is our bonus one.
Would you like to use it to make it smooth?
No.
No, I think it's pretty smooth. Yeah.
So you just hop on the shuttle, get pulled in. You're now all back in the shuttle. Doors
Yay.
close behind you and repressurize. So what are you going to do now that you're all back on the shuttle?
I would like to scan to see where they are in the ship to see if they're in the lower levels yet.
It would be difficulty 2 for Chew. So if John would like to roll for Science Insight difficulty 2
I'll roll for the shuttle.
with the focus of sensor operations.
Yes.
Clark high fives Mott, and he says, "What's up, little engineer dude?"
Got an
Then
11 and a
recaps
4.
everything that he had told.
Tell me all about what's been going on with you and Mr. House.
So what's Chew's number? He had an 11 and a 4.
You're going for 14. So anything
So
14 or
sorry.
under.
So it sounds like he got 2 successes with that. Does Chew
Alright.
have
Nailed it.
focuses for this?
Oh my. Yeah, she said sensor operations.
Yeah.
If you roll
Veterinary
4 or
medicine.
less, you get double.
Then I
So-
rolled a 4.
Okay.
That puts
That's
my
3.
veterinary medicine into play.
So scanning the ship, you can see on decks 6, 5, and 4, there are no life signs currently.
Can we spend the bonus momentum, Andrew? Can we get clarity on a floor above 5?
Or above 4, you mean?
Yeah.
So I will allow it.
Got
You can't get numbers, but you do see life signs on 3.
So they went from the
But-
mess hall down to 3.
Yep.
But then the weird thing is like that ends up meaning that where are the other like 15, 16 people?
They're in space.
Okay. You said
When
that last
engineering-
time, but
I just well,
I don't want to believe
I'm
it.
not.
Hey, wait a minute. There is a shuttle missing.
Is there?
There should be 2.
I thought there were 2.
If I remember right, it said there was just one shuttle. Yeah, one shuttle pod.
Oh, okay.
Here's my thinking.
Okay.
First of all, I would give the scanner that I have to House and have him take a look at the readings that I got from the patient 0.
Mm-mm. So here's the thing: the science lab is on deck 3.
Yes.
So the fact that they went on to 3 instead of regaining the bridge.
Well, you don't know about deck 1.
Well,
You just
yeah,
know
right.
about 3. You know about 3.
But there are signatures on 3 now,
Yes.
which is interesting that they would go back down there because it's crew quarters and science lab.
Mhm.
So there might be something to that.
I mean, how are we going to get back on the ship to explore now?
I'm not getting anywhere near the ship, so I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, but
I know it's very unlikely. Are we able to remotely connect to the ship at all?
The
To-
Dorin?
Yeah.
There's
Didn't
nothing
think so.
on. There's nothing on for you to connect to.
Well, my thinking is because life support is still on, that means the air is still circulating,
Mm-hmm.
which means if we can figure out something, we can put it into the air ducts and spread it throughout the ship.
So what does House have to roll to inspect the scan?
Medicine reason, difficulty 1.
So I'm gonna use a value as house
Right.
because I feel like it.
Okay.
Because I like doing this now. So after what house has heard on board from everybody's experience,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my value of some things can't be fixed.
Okay. Seems kind of
Because
dark, but okay.
well, I don't have any hope in anybody on the ship anymore. So,
Okay.
but I use that to get a success to look at the thing to like basically like House is looking at the thing and he's just like, yeah, there's no point.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that, but we'll just go through what you find on the scanner. So you look at the scanner and it starts off, all the readings are completely normal. Like it is just a normal Bolian. Then all of a sudden, all the numbers spike. Adrenaline, cortisol, basically every gauge that you have spikes. Heart rate, breathing pulse. And then that's when Tharhat stopped scanning and ran. Blood pressure also went up. And that's the weird thing. The sensor didn't pick up anything that would cause this. It was literally just normal, then like they're having a massive stroke, heart attack, everything at once, and then you stop scanning.
Yeah.
We need to basically incapacitate them because there's no way a couple people will be able to handle being overrun by that many crewmen
Right.
on the ship.
Right. I think it might be advantageous to have like Clark and maybe somebody else go to like the open part of engineering and like again like float into it, like come out of the shuttle, float in, and
Mhm.
they can start like working on the engine area, like power. And then another team can either connect to the airlock or do something else, and they're like the incapacitation team. Because unless, since they seem biological in nature, even if they somehow get through doors in engineering, like it's exposed to space. So it would be a little harder for them to
Depending on what,
overwhelm somebody.
depending
Yeah.
on what this disease could be too.
Right, right. Well, yeah. All right, Commander, what are we doing? What's the plan?
Let's take the ship around and take a look at the 6th level where engineering is.
Okay. That is same thing, difficulty 2, con control.
One success.
Ooh boy. So as you're piloting, you're paying attention to the ship. You don't see
Yeah,
the piece of debris in front of you, and then you hit the debris.
perfect.
Okay.
Hmm.
Causing it doesn't pierce the hull, but it causes damage.
Okay,
So if it happens again, you know that piloting will become increasingly difficult.
I like it.
Okay. So you get down to the bottom of the ship, you're looking, and you can see a crack from the front part of the hull. It's closed. And as it gets to the back of the hull, it keeps expanding until it gets to the engineering, and it's just like a V. Like the back corner of engineering is just open. Like someone cut it with a knife and just peeled it back.
So it's easy to get into then.
Correct. Well, if you're gonna jump, it'll be a difficulty 2 again, unless Nelik wants to do some fancy piloting.
I say,
Oh,
is it open enough where we could just park the shuttle right in engineering?
You can't enter engineering, but you could back up to it to make it easier. That would be a difficulty 3 because you got to make sure you don't hit the walls as you back up. But you'd have a difficulty 1 jumping out if you do that.
so I think we should see if Dr. House can come up with something to incapacitate before we board the ship.
Yeah, part of it is we need to see if we have to go back to the Drake to get something.
Also that, yes. So the other thing we could do too is we can go back to the Drake and get an engine like a generator and trade Chew for Jahan, and then you'll have higher engineering numbers.
Yeah, that's not a bad
I'm
idea.
using
I have no problem going back to the ship and getting what we need because we obviously don't have enough supplies and stuff to work with.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need
So-
more ropes for sure.
So it's going to be con control difficulty 2. It's going to take an hour to dock and everything. To make it nice and round, if you guys are just grabbing supplies and going back to the shuttle, we'll say it'll take you an hour to dock, grab everything, and then be back in the shuttle. Okay? Does it sound fair?
Yeah.
Don't mess
Does
up.
anybody
otherwise you'll
want
be
me to
back.
make sure I don't crash into another piece of debris?
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to.
You don't get to say yes, Andrew. Oh yeah, spend that momentum.
Yeah, spend it. You won't need it.
It's gonna be bad if you mess up again.
You won't need it.
No, so far you guys have been doing a swell job.
I have 5 successes.
Seriously?
Woo!
Yep.
All right. It is the smoothest ride you've ever had. You know, as long as your thing's full.
Yes, now it is.
Okay. So all the way back, Ma is trying to figure out and describe to you what each part of debris in the ship, from the ship.
Perfect.
Oh my
He's trying to
god.
figure out what it is and tell you exactly where it goes on the ship.
Andrew, can I use all of my bonus momentum and do a slingshot effect around the sun and travel back in time 3 or 4 hours?
No.
Okay.
I will give you can have minus 15 minutes to the trip.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Now
Well,
they're only going to
couldn't.
be slightly dead when we get back.
Yeah. No, they're only going to be half brutes.
All right, so you're docked. It's going to be 12:15 when you're prepared to leave again. So what are you grabbing?
House grabs like anything that he could need medically to synthesize and do samplings.
Okay.
Clark is bringing any form of engineering tool. Like he's got like a tool bag.
Yep. I'm gonna bring you to a bag. Go ahead.
I'm going to opt, in case Andrew's being sneaky, I'm going to say that we refill all of our oxygen tanks.
Very
Oh
nice.
my god. Wow.
Okay.
He would have got us for sure.
Oh, I'm just saying it out loud, that's all.
Okay.
I'm bringing a replacement lock.
Ooh, there we go.
Anything else?
Sounds good, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys all pile in the shuttle. And if you want to take off, it's control con difficulty 2, and it'll take 10 minutes to get back to the shuttle. Or back to the ship.
All right, I'm going to spend a momentum,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to roll a lot and get that down to less than 10. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Mm-hmm. Oh. Boo. 1, 2. I have 4 successes.
All right. If you use 2 momentum, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. 12:20. You're back at the ship. What are you doing?
All right, so we're down to 5. Okay.
So you're at the engineering, right? That's where you wanted to go?
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna try to back up?
I want to back up.
All right. So it's a difficulty 3 if you're gonna wedge yourself in there, or it's a difficulty 2 if you're just gonna sit in front of it. But if you sit in front of, it's gonna be a difficulty 2 for the people jumping.
Is there anything in your paperwork that allows the shuttle to assist me?
Yeah. So engines con, the shuttle can assist you with if you want.
I think like Clark should jump in first, like holding the rope, and somebody on the shuttle holding the rope, so that everybody else leaving the shuttle can just like use the rope as a guide through space.
Okay.
Right.
You just tie it.
I'm gonna spend
I'm sure there's moorings that we can attach it to.
put somebody in the chair that has a good con control next to you, and we'll get an assist
You
with
want
that
to
too.
assist? Go ahead.
I only got a 14.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I got.
On control, I have a 13.
John likes space vehicles, so
Okay, that's a gross misrepresentation of my character, and I won't have it.
all right. So roll for assist, and then somebody roll for the shuttle. And I'm purchasing a die, and I'm using my cautious talent. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Wow, wow.
What'd you get?
Well, right now I have 2 successes.
Okay, so just you know,
God.
an assist if you get a critical fail, that's just a regular fail, right?
You roll the 20.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
You could use 2 momentum to cancel it.
No.
11.
Okay, so the great news is I have a 22, but I'm going to re-roll it because of my cautious thing. I only got 2 successes.
Oh boy. So are you going to force it, or are you just going to stop right before?
I guess I'll just have to stop.
All right. So you stopped right before. So you got the people jumping out will have difficulty 2 unless you want to do the rope trick to decrease by 1.
What's the complication?
You're gonna go sideways. You're not gonna be flat. It's gonna
What would
make
that
jumping on
do?
the ship
Just
real interesting.
increase the difficulty is what it would end up doing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad. I'll pay the 2 momentum.
All right.
Yeah. We're down to 2.
Yep.
I think
All
it
right.
should be the first person jumping off with the rope,
Yep.
roll difficulty of 2, and then everyone else, it'll decrease the difficulty
To 1.
to 1.
Yep.
I'm thinking about just using my value of prioritize and execute and jumping myself with the rope.
That's fine. Yeah.
A 5 and a 6.
It's all right. So you got 2 momentum.
Yep. So we're up to 4. I'm over there with the rope. Now
Yep.
everybody else,
Difficulty
going to
1.
heavily tie off the rope
Mm-hmm.
to whatever good support structure I can find.
Yep.
So
you find a railing by the warp core.
Okay, I find a railing by the warp core, and I tie it really, really well to that. That way, everybody else is able to just come over easily.
The
All right.
famous Andorian knot.
So you have control con difficulty 1 for anybody else who's going to use the rope.
Clark is gonna go.
I believe I'm supposed to go as well.
Okay. You get a reroll since you're using your spatial awareness.
Got a 5 and a 6, 2 successes. I'm over.
Nice. So you get 1 momentum.
What's our momentums at?
4. No, 5 now
4.
because of John.
Let me buy 1.
Okay.
Because I need a 10. I don't like that very much.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh, 16, 18, and an 8.
All right. You got the 1.
Jeez.
So Jahan pulls himself quickly across. Clark is pulling, and he's like weaving back and forth, getting real close to the metal, but he's able to get in.
That's because like this hand I pull normally, and then my robot hand I pull like off like too much, like too powerful to one side.
But you're both, all 3 of you are over. Anybody else going?
I think House and Melek are staying on the shuttle.
Okay, with Mott.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely with Mott. Mott is not
Okay.
going anywhere. You're not getting Mott back on the ship. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but he's not going back on.
Okay. So the doors close. The rope's still kind of hanging out there in space.
Well,
And
we
Mott-
could you could reach out and tie it to like a handle. There's like a handle on the outside.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah, that way no weird hanky stuff happens when the
Okay.
rope
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah.
Do you tie it on so that way it doesn't go anywhere? The
Yep.
doors close. And then Mott turns to you and says, "Did I tell you about the time that I was on Ryza?"
Tell me all about it.
All right, so we go to the engineering. It's really dark. So you guys turn on your flashlights?
Yep, flashlights on.
Are you looking for the problem? What are you doing?
Well,
Initially, I'd be, because I'm not an engineering person, I would just be looking around for any problems that I could find.
Okay. So you're looking on both sides of the warp core. You don't see anything. I mean, you see debris and terribleness, but you don't see anything to be concerned about. You keep looking, you look up along, because it has the walkway up on top. So you're looking along, you turn, and you see a hand on the second, but you can't see because the grates are above you. What are the engineering team doing?
I mean, I'd be looking for a place that I can access everything.
Okay. So you're You're looking. The warp core has all the normal. They're all off. But you have the normal panels. The normal. You turn, and one of the controllers, the box, the big boxes in the back there, it's gone, and there is just burnt scorch marks up the wall. And so you realize that's where the problem is. So would you like to examine the wreckage?
Yeah, let's investigate. Andrew wants us to investigate, so let's investigate.
So it's engineering reason difficulty 2.
Okay, we got 2 successes.
Very nice. Is Isaac assisting or?
Heck
Yep,
yeah, he
I
is.
got one.
All right, so you got one momentum.
Yeah, baby.
So examining the wreckage, you realize that there's no way, without an engineering team and like a good amount of time, there's no way to fix the ship's engines. But
Yeah.
with some work, you can fix the emergency power enough to have a steady flow and also have a little bit of extra power if you want to power certain things. Would you like to do an
Yeah.
extended task to complete this?
That's what I like to hear. I was going to suggest one if you didn't.
So it's difficulty 3 with a resistance of 2. The track is 11.
How
Excellent.
long? How long are the intervals?
Trivial information, sir.
The intervals are 15 minutes apiece.
How much momentum do we have?
You have 5 right now.
I shall buy an extra die.
Okay.
Are you doing improvised repairs, or are you going to try to like really be careful with this? Because if you do improvised repairs, it's daring engineering. If you try to take your time, each interval is going to be longer, but it'll be control engineering.
Yeah, I do have better control. So control, I'll do control engineering.
So it'd be 20 minutes per interval.
Ooh.
I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and then I'm going to go check out the hand that I saw.
Ah.
Let's see. I got Delta and a 5, which is my engineering number. So that's, I believe, 4.
Yep.
I got one success too.
All right. So what is that? 5 successes?
Yeah.
All right. So you have 2 extra momentum. Do you want to use it to remove an extra one from the track, or do you want to bank it?
Let's remove an extra.
Okay. And you have a 5 for engineering, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 4 is gone. You go ahead and do the next one. So that was 20
All right.
minutes.
I'll be buying another die.
Okay.
So I have 2 regular successes, and then I got a 3,
So that counts
which gives
as
me 2.
Yep. What's Clark got?
One.
So it's the same as last time. Are you buying?
Heck yeah.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. So now you got a breakthrough. So it is difficulty 2, resistance of 2.
I got one
2
success.
momentum.
We have
Left.
3 momentum.
Oh, then I'll buy one more die again. And that is 1, 2. So 2 regular successes and another 4, which gives me another 2. So that's 4.
Okay. So that would complete the track. Do you want to bank your extra?
Heck yes.
All right. So you bank 3 because Isaac got one as well.
Hmm.
All right. So once you're able to connect the cables enough that you hear the power stabilize, you hear that noise. So now life support gravity is now stable, and you have a little extra power if you want to do something. You can turn on, so that your options are, you can send power to specific sections. You can't do the whole deck, but you could be like, oh, the front section, the back section, the middle section. You can turn like the different equipment on, or you can turn on basic lights. You can't have the overhead, but you can have like that strip lights in the movie theater.
So this is sustained, or is there a time limit on this? Okay.
So it is sustained. The only thing is, so the life support, the gravity, and if you choose to turn lights on, those are all sustained. If you want to send power somewhere, you can. That's sustained, but you can only send it to one section of the ship.
All right, no lights yet.
Okay. Oh, it's currently 120 because it took you 3 tries at 20 minutes each.
Do you want to back up the time a little bit? Because while they would be doing that, I would be going up to check out the hand.
Yep,
That
that's fine. So we'll say whatever, while they're doing that, you go up, you head up on top of the deck, you're walking across, and you come across a Bolian engineer. He's laying face down with his arm over the rail. It's clear that he got caught in the railing when whatever happened. Because you can see
Right.
his arm is wedged in the railing.
I would tap him
Okay.
just to see if I get any type of response. Just because weird things just happened, and I'm questioning whether or not he's affected.
Okay. You poke him, nothing happens.
Sounds like House got his sample.
I pull out the scanner and I scan him.
Okay, that's medical insight difficulty 1.
I have a 4 and a 5, so I got 2 successes.
You get 1 back. All right. You scan him and you get nothing. There's no life signs, there's nothing.
Is there any traces of the weirdness that happened?
All the readings say is normal Bolian corpse.
Okay. I'm going to leave him wedged where he is
Okay.
for now. I'm just going to go back down, let the doctor know that there's a dead body up there. I scan the body, and we can kind of go from there.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and do that now because technically they're still working on the engines. Will.
Yeah. Doctor,
Yes.
we have a dead Bolian over here. I
Hmm.
don't know if he's been infected, but we do have one.
Okay.
Do you want to come down, or do you want me to take a sample?
You can take a sample.
Do you have the equipment to take a sample? Or
He's
you
got
just,
his knife.
or
Yes,
are
I
you
have a
just
big
going to
knife.
cut off his arm?
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Just stab him a little and bring the knife up.
If
Yep.
you want to cut something off, it's a daring security difficulty 1.
Yeah, I would like to use my knife to just cut a small sample of the Bolian.
And what are you cutting off to be specific?
I'm going to take off a layer of skin and cut into it a little bit so that we can get blood, we can get tissue. Not very deep, but enough to have samples.
Okay. So go ahead.
I got 2 successes.
Very nice. So you would have 1 back. Do you want to use it to get a nice sample?
So I want to take a nice sample, but I don't want to desecrate the body.
Yep. So you just like if it was a ham, you just like a
Slice it right off.
yep.
Nice Bolian ham.
There you go.
That's what he's telling himself as he's doing it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right. So you don't have anything to put it in, but you have it in your hand, and then you go back down to the main layer of the engineering, and then this is when they will finish repairing, so that you guys are back up to speed.
I would honestly take a look around just to see if there's any containers of any kind to put it in.
You see engineering bags, like where they put the tools, but you don't see a closed container of any kind.
That's fine.
Okay. So you just plop it in, you close the bag.
Yep.
All right. So what are you guys going to do now?
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the bag like a little zip line on the rope,
Mhm.
and then just push the bag over so that the doctor can keep the bag.
Okay. As this is happening, the control panels are lighting up. Some of them are too damaged to turn on, but you do have some of the panels turned back on.
Do we have direct communications to the bridge?
You can try.
I'm going to pull up any security cameras I can find.
Okay. So you bring up the security cameras. A lot of them are damaged, but you get 1 per deck. You get the hallway.
Okay.
You get the bridge, you get the hallway for deck 1, and then you get 1 per hallway for all the other
One
decks.
random hallway per level.
Yes. So which one do you want to look at?
There shouldn't be anybody in 6, 5, or 4,
Mhm.
but I would take a quick look at 6 because we're in 6.
Yes.
Do we see ourselves waving at the camera?
No. You bring up 6. The only one available is the one that is in the cargo hold. So you just see a bunch of boxes and containers, and
Okay.
you don't see any movement. It's just random stuff.
I'm okay with that. I was thinking about utilizing the cargo hold if need be.
Okay.
And I'd quickly switch over to 5, see if there's anything there.
Nope. You just see a dark, empty hallway.
Okay. Switch over to 4.
Okay. The camera is where, because you can see the top part of the door where you found Mott, and then you can see the medical bay, the quarantine, bunch of doors, but you don't see any movement.
Okay. Switch over to 3.
3, you can't. It's hard to tell, but you can definitely see at least 5 or 6 Bolians walking, like they're shuffling, and they're just walking back and forth in the hallway. And you notice that all the doors have been forced open slightly.
So they're searching. I switch over to 2.
Yep, same thing. It's from where right before where the destruction is. So it's hard to see, but you can see all the way down on the right side. You can see all of the doors open, and you see again several of them going back and forth, just like shuffling.
I'd switch to the hallway of 1.
Okay, and you see 3 of them. All the doors are open, and you see 3 of them going in and out of the doors, just like pacing. Like they'll get to the turbo lift, then they go back and they go into one of the rooms, and they come back out.
And I'd switch over to the bridge.
And you see several people laying. You see one person propped up in the chair where the first officer is, and you can see the captain sitting in the captain's chair with his hands on his head like this.
I'm going to try and contact the bridge just to see if I can talk to them.
Okay. You can do open comms, engineering control with the ship's assistance.
I mean, I can open up comms, Commander.
Yeah. Open
Your
comms.
difficulty 0 because you're doing it through the ship.
Two successes.
What's the Bolian thing?
The Bolian thing? Oh, the Bolian ship would be a 9.
One success.
Okay. So you can bank that.
So we have
Okay,
3
cool.
successes.
Yep.
So can we say that whoever's going to talk to the captain over comms, we can use all of that momentum or some of that momentum to make him to make it persuasive, to make it like an easier conversation? Because he wasn't very chatty when we last spoke to him.
Yeah, I'll say you don't have to do a persuasion check when you talk to him.
Okay, that's what I'm. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So go
Okay,
ahead.
comms are open, Commander.
Hello, Captain.
Who is this?
This is Commander Arhat. We talked a minute ago.
No, that's right.
I just want to update you that we stabilized the life support and want to see how willing you are to get off this ship.
Willing. Honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking of all the wrong decisions I've made. Quite frankly, I don't know if I deserve to leave the ship.
How can you make up for mistakes if you die?
Mistakes this bad, I don't think I could ever make up for.
I'm not so sure about that. It's more so death that is the mistake. If you don't work toward it, it's not worth it then. We've been monitoring the ship. There's crew members checking infected, checking the top 3 levels, obviously looking for people.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about the plant that he may have come in contact with?
All I know is that the doctor treated it. He said he scanned it. They were in the medical bay when this had happened, and he said everything was fine.
Well, there's obviously something controlling them.
I hate to tell you guys, but we have to get to medical.
Yeah, I know.
We got to get to that science lab if we want to fix this.
We want the answer to the mystery, right?
And House is like so not interested in getting like on the ship and doing that.
There are 15 members of your crew unaccounted for.
Mhm.
Can you enlighten us to what happened to them?
All I can tell you is I gave instructions to Ensign Sarah to stop the ship any way she could. And she found a way.
So you honestly don't know what happened to the other members of your crew.
All I know is they were trying to take the ship back to Bolian, and I instructed Ensign Sarah to stop the ship. I put everything in her hands.
Okay.
If there's nothing else, Commander, I would like to be left alone. And he turns off the comm.
Yeah, that's about all I could think of to say to him.
Okay. Would you like to check any? Do you have limited access to the recordings? Because you can only check the camera recordings for engineering. Because you still don't have access to the computer core.
Where is the computer core?
That's up on deck one.
Yeah.
But you can.
Isaac would like to see the recordings if possible.
Okay. Which recording would you like to see?
I want to see what happened in engineering.
Just before the explosion?
Yeah.
All right. So you hit playback, brings up the recording, and you see a whole bunch of Bolian engineers standing alongside of the warp core. Just some of them are working, others are just standing around, like looking around. And then you see a female Bolian walking into engineering, and she, somebody with a gold insignia steps down and stops her and starts talking to her. And then suddenly a smile goes onto his face and says, "Oh," and then their hands are going. And then he stands back up onto that deck where the controls are for the engine for the warp core. And she walks over to the wall. Then you see the person, the male Bolian that was talking, start to push those levers up. And that's when you see the female Bolian take out a phase pistol and shoot the box that I was talking about.
Mm.
And you see the entire screen flash, and then the video recording stops.
How many Bolians are in the screen?
You can see at least 9.
So that's the bulk of the missing crew members.
Can we take that hand inside the shuttle and start having House examine it?
Okay. So go ahead, you can open and just take it because it's there.
Right. Now House can use his secondary stuff and like look at it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be medicine reason, difficulty 3.
I need a 16, but I need 3
Yep.
successes.
Mhm.
But if I roll a 4, I get 2 successes. All right, fine. I'll spend 3 momentum.
Plus Andrew likes it. He likes when we spend momentum.
Yeah, he baits us into spending it constantly. All right, so I got 3 successes and 1 not critical failure, but just failure.
Okay. So obviously you don't have the most advanced things, but you do have microscope scanners, things like that. And so you're
Yeah.
checking out the blood under the scanner, and it's really normal, right? You're not seeing like a ton of stuff, but you do pick up there are some viruses that you've never seen before.
Okay. Can I pinpoint the virus?
What do you mean pinpoint?
Isolate.
Yeah, I'd like to isolate. That's what I
Yeah.
guess what I mean. Yeah.
That's fine. You can suck them up in a syringe or whatever.
Nice.
Okay, so you got them.
And I inject them into my. Just kidding. Yeah, so I want to put them on. I want to look through them in the microscope now that I have them isolated.
Yeah, so you're looking through the microscope, and they look like normal viruses. Is there anything you'd like to do to them?
I would like to take a syringe and take some of Mott's blood,
Okay.
And then I would like to put Mott's blood on the test tube with the viruses
Okay.
and see how they react to it.
So you pour it on. You notice the viruses do, like no, like viruses do. They start invading cells, and the cell breaks apart, and then they continue to do that. Just like you'd expect normal viruses to do.
Is there a way for me to get any um is there a way for me to get any like part of a brain
That would
like
be
safely?
that would be Tharhat's department. If you are okay with dead brain,
Yeah, I need some brains. Yeah, I think it's probably more neurological than blood related.
I have my Usha, and I can grab a sample if you want. It's not going to be pretty.
are you taking a chunk or are you taking the head?
I would prefer not to take the whole head.
All right. So go ahead and do a normal attack roll.
Normal attack roll.
Yeah. Security daring. Difficulty 1.
I got 2.
All right. So you get one back.
Yeah.
You full or
No, we're at 4.
okay. So I'm gonna make it real bad for you too. Says you guys are going down this road. So
You made us do this.
I did not make you do anything. You are choosing to do this.
It's medical. It's for science, Andrew.
So you very swiftly cut a piece off, but the blade starts to get stuck a little. So you lift up in order to finish the job, and you can see on the front of his jacket the name Zalo, Zalo. And then you take the chunk is at the end of your knife. What are you doing with it?
I'm going to have them send over the bag, and I'm going to put it into the bag and send it back.
Okay, so he pushes it, slides down, you scrape it off, it slides back.
He's
Are you just going to leave it? Because, it's kind of nasty now. The knife, I'm saying.
I'm going to clean it like I normally do.
Okay,
I always have a cloth in order to clean it.
okay. Outside's his sample now.
All right, so I open the door and I grab the brain chunk. or whatever.
and Milek is really keeping Mott busy. He's just like, yeah, look, what's that over there? He's not letting him turn around and look at what House is doing.
Hey, Mott, look, brains.
So you take a chunk, you put it on the scope,
Yes.
you look through, and you see the virus enters the cell and then just stops.
Because it's dead. I need a live brain. Can I also scan the brain itself, Andrew, and see what if it's positive for those viruses? Well,
Yeah, medical reason.
Yeah.
Difficulty 2.
okay. I rolled a 3, which is under my medical, and another 3. So that's 4 successes.
Okay, so you can bank the extra. Unless are you maxed?
I think
No,
we're
we need
max
2.
now.
We're at 4.
Now you're at 6.
Now we're at 6.
All right. So there is more of the viruses in the brain tissue, but there's a bunch, throughout the whole sample, but they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there.
I need to get to the science lab. I've seen what I need to see, but like without a live sample, doesn't really show me anything.
Science labs are on the 4th level, right?
3.
3.
3. Of course.
Oh no, of course they're on 3. They're not. Yeah.
Wherever the zombies are, that's where the
Yeah.
medical lab is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, medical bay is on 4. There's nothing on 4 currently.
All right. Well, House needs to get to the medical bay.
That means we need to take the shuttle to either the shuttle bay or the docking ring.
Well, let's
There's
do it.
no threats on that floor, and I want to see what the doctor was working on in medbay.
I'll just let you know though, if everyone leaves engineering, you have to figure out a way if you want to send power somewhere. So if you want to do any settings, it's a good idea to do them now, unless you figure out a way to.
Pretty
How
sure
Dan?
Jahan would stay behind and like monitor things and to divert power where it's needed.
Let's load up.
All right, it's going to
We
be
also-
whoever's leaving to go back. It's going to be a con control difficulty 1, because you can still use the rope to go across. Is Tharhat the only one leaving?
Think so.
Yeah, it looks like I'm the only one leaving. I got a 2 and a 3.
All right. So you so smoothly make it back to the shuttle.
Tomorrow starts with us today. Bold and brave, we light the way. Tomorrow starts with us today.
All right.
All right, you
Tharhat.
do con control difficulty 2 to dock at the docking ring
I like it.
with the shuttle rolling for a 4.
Yeah, I'm paying momentum and rolling 3 dice.
All right.
Okay.
Because now I don't want to hit something and I don't turn, and then we can't do anything. 1 success. 2 success. 2 success. I rolled a 20 and I was cautious and I re-rolled it.
Okay. And if you want to transfer power to any section, it's daring or control engineering difficulty 2.
Did anybody roll for the ship, the shuttle?
I don't think
No.
so.
So go ahead and roll. You're rolling a 4.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. So you just got the 2?
Yep.
All right. So we'll say it took you 5 minutes to do all,
Yeah.
get everybody in, go across. You're now docked. What are you doing?
So I have to divert power to that floor, right?
Well, first thing I think we should do is do a quick scan to make sure that there's nobody on the 4th floor.
Okay. It's science insight difficulty 2.
Yeah, I can do an area scan basically. 2 successes. 9 and 11.
There you go. So you scan. You're not getting anything on this floor.
Good.
Good.
What do
All right, so
you-
house goes into medical.
Okay.
I'm going to step out and I'm going to start securing all the Jeffries tubes, disable all the Jeffries tubes except for one,
Okay.
which I'm going to try and find a good piece of debris bar and wedge it so that the Jeffries tube door can't be opened.
So engineering daring difficulty 1. If you want to start jamming things into.
Do you want, while he's rolling it, do you want John to roll for medbay?
Yeah. So go ahead.
How many times do I have to roll? Is it one roll to start disabling them all, or is it?
We'll say 2.
And so when I divert power, the lights automatically
No.
come on.
You have control over what you're powering.
Okay, we got a critical success and a regular success.
Yeah. So you get 1 momentum. So what specifically are you powering?
I think you should just send power to the med bay.
Okay. Are you doing lights as well? Or are you just powering the panels and computers and things like that?
I think the computers are much better to do.
I would say just run like emergency floor lighting in medbay, just so I can see if there's anything on the floor. I'd hate to
Okay.
trip on something.
I shall make it so.
You hear like the computer turning on, you hear like the scanner turning on, you hear all this and you're just standing there in the middle of the floor with you see debris, you see the microscope falling over, you see glass broken. What are you going to do?
All right, so I'm going to look around medbay first of all, just a visual scan
Okay.
with my eyeballs, right?
Okay.
So, do I see any bodies?
No.
Okay, good. So I go over to the main like doctor station, like his main computer terminal, and I want to look back at like his last few logs and see if he wrote up anything about the incident of the like patient zero or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling. That's not what he's calling it, but that's what I'm calling
Yes.
it.
So you do like a control F to try to see if there's any keywords. You don't see any keywords for anything that's going on, but you do see the list of patients he saw for the day. Would you like me to go
Mhm.
through them?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is I'll read, and then you tell me if you want to expand it, because it's just going to be the time, the name, and what the problem was. And if you want, you
Okay.
can click it and get more details. Okay.
Okay, nice.
So at 8:16, Ensign Orizlo had a burned arm.
Okay.
Okay.
Boring.
At 9:05, crewman Brill had a UTI.
Boring.
At 9:45, Ensign Blex, Ensign Dret, and crewman Thallow cleared from quarantine.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Okay. So you hit that, expands, and then it brings out how all three were cleared from quarantine. You didn't detect any microbes or anything on them, and you made sure to check Ensign Blex's bag per the commander's instructions to make sure he didn't bring back any souvenirs.
Oh,
And there was a note that Ensign Dret was having an allergic reaction of some kind.
let's expound that one.
There was nothing. That was all
Okay.
that was
So
all I
that's
knew.
just okay.
So then at 11:22, it says Ensign Drek allergic reaction. Do you want to expand that one?
Yes.
So you expand it, and it says you found that Ensign Drek came in contact with a plant that had poison on the outside of its leaves. It reminds you of poison ivy from Earth. You were able to create an antidote and cure him and return him to duty. Then it says 1:15, crewman Oslet came in and was homesick.
Okay.
You want me to expand or continue?
No, that's boring.
So continue on. 2
Yep.
p.m. Lieutenant Barclaw was complaining of tingling in his lower spine. You want to
Look at
expand or
that.
continue?
Yeah.
It says he came in complaining that he has Tellerian death syndrome, and I informed him to please stop reading the medical database and returned him to duty.
Oh, okay. So he's just trying to get out of work. The next one.
So at 3:25, Commander Zeely had hand lacerations.
Okay. Next.
Next, 4:45 was the message sent to Dr. Hall.
4:45. Okay.
Okay. Then at 5:03, it says quarantine activated from bridge.
Okay. Keep going.
Then it says at 7 p.m. the quarantine was lifted.
Okay. By the doctor, right?
So when you try to click on this message, it says unable to read, can only access local files.
So that means that the quarantine lifted protocol was from some other terminal.
Correct.
So leaving the terminal,
Mm-hmm.
are there anything on like the counter, like any vials or like anything in the beakers or microscope, anything?
So all that stuff's on the floor, but when looking around the floor, you don't see any liquid or any. So it's clear all the vials were empty when they came off the shelf or off.
So medbay looks like somebody just took everything like on the counter and just pushed it all on the floor and just trashed the room.
Yep. I don't know about trashing the room, but the room is trashed.
Yeah. Is quarantine on this floor?
Oh yeah, the quarantine room. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right down the hall.
Can I go look at it?
Yeah. So you walk down the hall and you see the window. That
Yes.
usually you can slide stuff through, and you see the door.
Are there any bodies in the quarantine room?
No, it's empty.
No. Okay.
Because we've seen the virus, are we able to scan the virus?
You can try.
Would I be able to like pick up any of this like better equipment and it not be broken and use it?
The microscope is still working fine, and the bed scanner, that one's working.
Yeah. I'm really starting to think that this plant thing is just a red herring, honestly. What did they go down there to do? Is that in the record?
So they were checking planets for colony sites.
Okay. So it could be anything. I mean, there could have been a virus in the soil, in the air. Is this the first time they've been to this planet?
Yep. This is the first time there's any record of anyone from the Federation being on this planet.
Yeah, of course it is.
Would you like to spend a momentum
It's-
to get a idea?
Yes. A
Okay.
brain blast, I would like, yes.
So you look up all of the crew members, and you notice
Okay.
that none of the other crew members are complaining of being homesick.
Oh, okay. So let me look at that one.
Okay. So crewman Oslet says homesick. You clicked on it, and it says that Lieutenant Grex brought her in because she was working on a panel and then all of a sudden began wandering the halls heading towards the mess hall. He found this behavior strange and brought her in, and she complained about feeling incredibly lonely and wanted to go see people.
Okay.
Block scanned her, didn't find anything, so he marked it down as her just being homesick and wanting companionship.
Does my comm to John work?
If you use the one on the
The
wall.
wall,
Yeah.
yeah. So can I do that? And can I say, Commander John, this is House. Are there any other bodies in engineering? And before you ask, I'm not going to ask you for any body parts. So
Okay. John searches.
Not again, Doctor.
He doesn't find
Nobody.
any bodies besides the one that's still hanging up there.
Doctor,
Okay.
I
I was
haven't
just-
found any bodies except for the one that's hanging up there.
that was mutilated when we got here. Yes. Okay. I was just wondering if Ashlet was down there somewhere.
Nope,
Well-
I'm sorry that there weren't any other bodies, Doctor.
All right. Well, save me that other guy's foot. Just so
I-
when I get back.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I think, unless anybody thinks I missed anything, I think my next step would be we need to get to the science lab.
Before we go to the science lab, there is a couple things that I just want to ask. Are we able
Yeah.
to isolate the virus so that we can get scans, so we can scan people to see if they have the virus?
I never scanned the viruses that I isolated. I just isolated them in a test tube
Yeah.
and looked through them on a microscope, but I never actually scanned them.
Right.
So can I do that, Andrew? Can I
Yeah.
physically go into medbay and scan both of those viruses that I captured?
Yep. There would be reason, medicine reason. Difficulty
Okay.
one.
New 16, 15, and 17.
So they're under the microscope, so you can see them, and then you use the ship's equipment to start to scan it, and the scanner says it doesn't detect anything.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
But as you're looking at them in the under the microscope, you notice they begin changing colors, and the outer shell of them begins to change shape as you're doing this.
Huh. As I'm scanning it?
As you're scanning it.
Oh.
Oh,
So whatever this virus is, it reacts to the infrared scanning lasers or whatever.
that's funny. I have a game master question.
Okay.
Is there an unknown reason why they didn't react when the shuttle scanned them?
You don't have enough information. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, this is just my theory.
Unless you
but
unless you'd like to do an experiment.
So I would like to do an experiment.
So what type of experiment would you like to try?
Well, I think I need to see my.
Nice.
All right.
Oh,
So he's right there. Do you want to just call
Yeah.
it, say coming over?
Yeah, I would like to call the shuttle and say I need my in the med
Alright.
bay immediately.
So he walks in, he's looking
Oh,
around. He's like, "Oh man, we got the whole place to ourselves."
as he comes off the shuttle, I'm standing there and he's talking to me.
Hmm.
I say, yeah, just come with me, Ma, and I take him to quarantine,
Okay.
not med bay, quarantine. And then I have him get in the quarantine chamber, whatever you call it,
Hmm.
and I shut him in there with the door shut. I seal him
Okay.
in.
Okay.
And then through the opening, I scan Ma.
Okay. That would be insight medicine difficulty one.
I need a 15. 12 and 7. So that's
Okay.
2.
There you go. So if you need a momentum, you can bank it.
Are we full?
Or if you'd like to use it,
We have one. We have 5.
We have 5.
Yeah.
you want to bank it or
Let's,
you want to use it.
yeah, let's bank it.
All right. So you scan him and it comes up with normal Bolian life signs.
Okay. And nothing happens to him.
Nope.
Okay.
You can
A
test
live
and
sample.
see if there's anything that destroys the viruses of normal stuff that you have.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were thinking about that.
What would you like to do with Mod? Are you just gonna leave him in quarantine?
No, I open the door and I say, you're free.
Okay.
Good news, Mott. You're not a zombie. Yeah, do I have any access to like what were we thinking? We were thinking like laughing gas or tear gas or something like that.
You have access to aerosine gas
Okay. Can I like drop like some of that in the petri dish?
if you'd like.
So when I come back into the room,
Hmm.
do those samples still look the same? Like change
So
colors, change shapes?
did you leave the scanner on?
No,
No. So yeah.
no.
So when you turn the scanner off, they went back to how they looked before,
Okay.
and they're just that's how they are.
So they're normal. All right. So then I come back in the room, I flip the scanner on,
Hmm.
and then they react to it, and then I want to put a drop of that stuff in.
Yep. No reaction.
No reaction. Great. So I prick my finger and I drop of my blood in the dish
Okay.
while they're reactive under
Mhm.
the scanner.
So they react as you would expect a virus to, going into the cells and breaking them, but they're doing it faster,
Faster. Great.
like 2 times faster than they were on the shuttle when you were looking at them before.
Okay. Can I like shine a light on the dish?
Hmm.
What happens?
Nothing.
The other thing you can try, because they're talking about DNA sequencing,
Oh yeah.
you can try to get the DNA, then you can make an RNA and create a vaccine that would kill the viruses by retroactively destroying the DNA.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot that he was specifically looking at how
Yeah.
long would it take me to like synthesize like reverse a like vaccine type thing?
So normally it would take like an hour or two to get the DNA, and then it would take a couple more hours to, if successful, to get the vaccine.
Okay.
You want to try injecting something because you have antivirals on the ship, you have alcohol, you know, you have
Yeah.
normal medical stuff.
Let's just do like a run of the mill, like anything I can grab
Okay.
that makes sense.
So how are you going to inject it? You just going to drop it on the thing? Or
Yeah,
try to
I
inject the
figured
virus? What are you doing?
yeah, I could use a needle, right, and just kind of like inject it into the cell, the virus cell,
You can try.
or I could just like eye drop juice into the thing.
Yep, you could do that too. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll do the eyedropper because I think that's probably easier.
Okay. So I'll just say you just drop it onto the thing and it doesn't all the different things that you try dropping onto it does nothing.
Okay. So you're either telling me that it doesn't do anything or I need to physically inject it. Let me try injecting it. Is that a difficulty?
No, I can just tell you. So what happens is you go to inject it, and as soon as the metal hits the petri dish, you see the virus do a U to avoid being ejected. and then the cells begin to squirm, and the needle head starts to burn.
Oh, shoot.
Yep, just
Huh.
purge the whole ship. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Been saying that since the beginning.
Is the scanner running when you do that?
Is it
Yeah, I haven't shut the scanner off.
okay? So it's because the scanner's on, it's pulsing very quickly and it's working, trying to really work at this needle head now.
Okay, so I shut the scanner off.
So it continues to do what it was doing before, but at a much slower rate.
So if I like pull the needle away
Yep,
with the scanner off,
yep, it just goes back to the normal virus looking thing. It
okay.
goes back to the normal color, normal shape.
And with the scanner still off, if I try to put the needle back, it does the same thing. It avoids it.
Yep,
What sample is that from?
that's from it's either the brain or the arm. I mean, the arm specifically, you took the viruses out of, and you put it in
So,
the brain.
so the virus isn't affected by the vacuum of space.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, or it just goes dormant
Well,
in the.
that's what I mean. Like this, the vacuum of space didn't kill it. Like absolute zero didn't kill it.
What is the planet that they went to? What's the makeup of the planet as far as like is it do you need EVA suits to be on it? Like it's not oxygen.
So you don't have a lot of information on it because obviously you haven't scanned the planet,
Yeah.
but you looked up the limited information they sent to the doctor, and it's like it's slightly larger than Earth, but it's basically Earth. The only unique thing about it is that 95% of the landmass is made up of two continents with like a land bridge in between.
I wish there was a spot where we could scan and see if there's just like one infected crew member just kind of like alone and we could like try to stun it. Like in a position where like we could try to stun him. If it doesn't work, we can shut the door.
You could probably simulate what a laser weapon does to the virus.
You want to try to do that? Use like
Yeah.
electricity or yeah.
Capture
Yeah, I might as
one
well.
of them and then perform numerous
That's what yeah.
bludgeoning techniques to see what works.
Also, this
So
was the question I wanted to before he does that
yeah.
is what if you like increase the level of scanning?
Do you want to do which one do you want to do first?
Because the
I
only
want to
reason
try
the only reason
I
I
want
say
to
that
try
is because
s-
Andrew asked if you left the machine on. I just was curious if making it get more hyperactive makes it like rip apart.
I will definitely check that. So let's try energy on it first. I want to see if our phasers or stun thing does anything to it.
Right. So you send basically pure electricity through the virus, and it doesn't react.
All right, so then I want to turn the scanner up.
All right. So you turn it to max. You see it vibrating and vibrating, and then it splits, and now there's two viruses, and keeps going. And after you're waiting a minute, it splits into four, and then
Okay.
you're gonna
All right, so I turned the scanner back down.
okay.
He's like, wow, wow.
What is a scanner like made of? Like what is it used to scan? Is it a certain frequency? Is it like
Because it's basically like a radiation, isn't it? That or something infrared something.
Like an electromagnetic kind of thing. Depends on what you're doing because certain things are different. The hand scanner can like change just the settings, so some stuff can be thermal, infrared, electromagnetic. It's like
Hmm.
it's a multi-tool, so there's a lot of different things.
Yeah, I just didn't know exactly what it used to scan. Is there anything in the med bay, Andrew, that is like radiation? Like,
Yep,
I don't know.
the chamber.
Yeah, let me do that. I want to see what radiation does to it.
Okay. So you put it on the bed, you shove it in, you turn on the scanner, and it starts doing the normal. So what type of radiation do you want to try?
Gamma,
Okay, does nothing.
nothing. Just for my sake, Andrew, just put it in there and just do like click, nothing, click,
Oh, do
Nothing.
them all?
Click. Yeah.
So alpha, beta, gamma, you're going through, you're getting nothing. When you get to the neutron, right, which
Oh
is
boy.
nuclear radiation, that's when you notice that it starts to it's shrinking and then and growing. It's acting
Hmm.
very strange.
But nothing's happening with it. It's just
Well, because you have it on the lowest setting.
Yeah. All right, crank that baby up.
So
Arm the nuke.
you begin to crank up
Yeah.
the radiation level, and
Bring it to fat boy setting.
at one point it splits into four and then just disintegrates.
Ooh. Nice. But that's probably also strong enough to kill the host because it's nuclear radiation is really bad at that level.
what does how what
It would definitely cause burns, sickness, possibly cancer.
Nice,
It's
nice.
not a guaranteed death at this level, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
pretty.
It's not pleasant.
No.
Now,
just
how do we engineer that into a
just have
like air spray throughout the ship?
All right. So to move this along a little,
Yeah, because I'm at a loss now.
you hear the door for the Jeffries tube slam open, and you
Oh, good.
hear something shuffling down the hall.
You. Oh, and where's the
yeah, just say
hat?
where's our at?
So we'll say he's in the hallway and he's watching the diseased person shuffle down the hallway.
So yeah, so House hears the noise. He runs over to the med bay door to look out the window, and he sees like an infected person
Mm-hmm.
and Tharhat.
Yeah, Darhead's like in
Uh,
the corner there, and the
yeah.
is heading towards quarantine and heading down that way.
Can Tharhat and I try to like flank it and stun it?
If you want.
I think you should just see if he'll just follow you into the med bay. Because it kind
Yeah,
of seems
that's
like he saw our happen. He just was like,
No, there's
mine.
no indication he saw anyone
Oh, okay.
because it's complete darkness. See what I mean?
Oh,
oh. So can I open the med bay door and get Tharhat's attention
Yeah.
quietly? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I like whistle like loudly.
Okay. Just to see what the creature does.
Yeah.
So you whistle, and I'm guessing you back up and close the doors, or what do you
No,
do?
I just stand there with the
You
doors
just
open.
stand there. So you whistle, and you hear you hear something running down the hallway now. And
Uh-huh.
is somebody going to react, or are we going to continue?
Yeah. So if it like immediately heard my whistle and ran towards me,
Yes.
I step back inside med bay so the door's shut. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to put myself in a position where it's on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
I have my phaser out, but I want Tharhat to try to stun him from outside the door.
Okay. So
So it was like a distraction to get him to the door, and then Tharhat can
yeah.
shoot him from where he's at. Yeah.
So he's looking. He sees you. So he's just like trying to fit his fingers into the opening. And would someone
Yeah.
like to roll for Tharhat? I think he's a 15 control security difficulty 2, and it's up to you if you want to aim because he's not paying attention. You can do that
Mm.
to get a reroll.
yeah, I'll do that.
Can I assist basically by just like distracting him so that he's not focused on anything?
So go ahead and roll. We'll say you do security presence.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Very nice.
Just
So you firmly have his attention. He's not looking
Yep,
anywhere else.
good. That's right.
What does Starhead do?
2 successes.
2 successes. So 3 successes
That's 3.
altogether. So Starhead aims. He pulls the trigger. You hear that, right?
Yeah.
The entire hallway lights up, and you see no reaction from the infected person.
Good. This is great. Does he like turn and look at Tharhat, or does he
Nope.
just totally
He's
ignores all the
still
other?
focused
Great,
on you.
great, great.
There is no indication he even realized anything had happened.
I also could try a Vulcan nerve pinch on him too. I don't
If you
know.
want.
I don't know, Andrew. I want to try to get this guy in the radiation bed.
I think what you gotta do, Caleb, is you gotta do like a scoop slam onto the med bay, and then our hat can come in and punch him in the face while you strap him down and put him in the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it needs to happen before tonight is over. I think we need to get him in the bed.
Okay. So you're gonna open the door
Yeah.
and try to grab him. So that is a combat daring security.
Okay.
And we're doing a roll off. So however many you do, I have to beat.
So I would like to try to like evade his attack and try a nerve pinch on him,
So
hoping that that gives me enough time for Farhat to come
so
in.
you gotta do an attack roll using your
Yep.
your science or medicine, whichever you prefer.
Science.
So daring science, and then whatever you roll, I have to try to beat.
Okay. So I'll buy one momentum.
Okay.
I need a 15. 15, 17, and a delta. So that's 3.
3 successes. All right.
Yes.
Now I roll to see if I can beat it. So I tied, but because you're the attacker, you succeed.
Nice.
So you grab him by the collar.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't even notice.
Yeah, I figured.
And now he's going to attack you.
Did I slip behind him or am I face to face with him?
You're on his side,
Okay.
but he can still try to reach you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he's going to try to now get you.
He gonna get you.
Bring it. I'm in an
So-
EVA suit.
All right. So I rolled 3 with a complication, which we'll figure out depending on what house does.
I'll buy a momentum and roll 3.
Okay.
So I need 11. So that's bad. That's real bad. Oh, is this a 4? Which is, well, it doesn't matter. 4, 10, and 19. So that's 2.
Okay. So I'll do the complication that he only does half. So you get 1 stress because he's trying to claw at you as you're trying to keep his arms away from you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got 1 stress.
Okay. But it doesn't damage my suit or anything.
No, because
Okay.
it's stress because you dodge it. He's like clawing at your chest and you keep backing up and moving his arms so he doesn't
Yeah.
hit you. So does Tharhat do something?
Is he
Yes.
in the room?
You guys are still in the doorway. Like you opened the doors and you grabbed him and now you're wrestling with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the door opened and he kind of came in. That's when I tried to grab him.
Yep, and it didn't do anything.
So we're in the doorway. So I'm kind of like blocking his arms.
Yes. You have one
Yeah,
arm,
so-
you're holding onto one of his arms, trying to neck pinch him, and it's not doing anything.
So Tharhat would have ran from where he was to the door by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's Starhead doing?
Security daring. I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah, if you're doing a close range.
Let me buy a die.
If I see Tharhat coming in the room, I like tell him like I want to get him in the bed.
I think that's easy to like say you're just yelling that to him when he goes to attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him in bed.
Yeah.
So I have
gotta
4
make it weird.
successes.
Okay.
Woo!
So I'll try to.
Get him in the bed.
Nope, I did not succeed. So he runs up and he like full force back of the head,
Oh.
doesn't react at all. All right, so we're back to house. What's house doing?
So the major would be to get to the bed, and the minor would be to like grab the strap off the bed.
You have to do a minor first, then the major.
Let me just like keep defending his hands while like quickly backing up to the bed.
Mhm.
All right, so I need an 11. All right, 2 successes on that.
All right, let me see what I get.
This one time.
I only got one success, so you succeed.
Wax on, wax off, wax on.
So now
Wax.
it's the infected turn. He's attacking you,
Good.
and he gets one success.
Okay.
So now you have to roll to defend.
Oh, just one.
All right, so he succeeds, so you get 2 more stress.
Oh man.
Now, is
Oh, yeah,
Darhead going to do anything, or
I think Arhat's gonna try to he puts his arms behind his back
okay?
and is
Anaconda
trying to get
squee.
basically get control of him. Basically,
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna buy another die and I'm rolling.
Okay.
I have 5 successes.
Holy cow!
Ooh, he's done.
Yep, I don't succeed.
All right, so I'm gonna use a minor to grab the strap,
Okay.
Well,
Grab it
that's
for that.
illegal.
and I want to just restrain him basically this turn.
Mm-hmm. Arhat can assist because he's currently holding.
Okay. All right, so Tharhat, you want to assist me?
What
It's-
is it, Andrew? Is
It's
it the
still
same thing?
daring security. We're
Yeah.
doing hand-to-hand combat.
Same junk,
Oh,
different day. I got 2.
I got 2.
Oh wow! And he got 0. So
Can we use that momentum to get him on the bed and have the bed be pushed into the room?
yes,
Can
if
we
you
do it
use
all
the
in one
3
motion?
If you use the 3, you can slam him on the bed, lock him, and shove it into the machine.
Dump it, dump it.
So you shove it in, and what are you doing?
I'm turning the radiation on medium rare.
I don't know if that's an actual setting.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
In the
Do you wanna-
Bolians.
You basically want to set it to where you saw the reaction before, right?
Yes, not to the point where it exploded so quickly, but to the point where it's less dangerous for the person, but
Okay.
but
So
high enough
that's-
where yeah.
That's medicine insight difficulty 2 to get
Okay.
the setting correct.
I'll buy 1 momentum.
Okay.
2, 4, 15. So that is 4 successes.
Okay. So you can either bank the 2 or you can use the 1 to get the perfect setting. Do you want to bank 1 and use 1 to get the perfect?
Yes, I want to get perfect cooked Bolian.
Bolian. So you're watching the scanner, you turn it on, you see, because the scanner is on, you see the virus reacting and trying to multiply, but it begins to break apart, and you see his body is full of viruses. It is chock full, but you slowly see the numbers decreasing until you don't see any more in his bloodstream. Because the scanner can't pick it up, you have to show a video representation of the bloodstream, and you don't see any more of the virus in the bloodstream.
Cool. What setting was that on the radiation?
So basically, you blasted him with 100 rem,
Okay.
and then you bring
Nice.
him out, and his skin is very red.
Good. Now he looks like a cooked lobster.
Basically, yes.
Or a blue person, yeah.
Does he say anything when he comes out? Is he just kind of out
He's
of it?
unconscious.
Okay.
Well, that is where we will end for tonight. Pick it up next time.